Now on CoastTV News.
Federal funding for Delaware, new money earmarked for the first state with a focus on our coast.
Lock your car, a string of break-ins happening in the generally mild-mannered town of Ocean Pines.
Plans to expand military pension protections in Delaware, what passed the Senate unanimously.
Unfinished roads, new legislation holds developers accountable to complete projects, how this change could protect future neighborhoods.
A beautiful end to the week as we look live into Lewis, but it looks rainy for Sunday. Your first alert forecast is coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Presidential debate the nation watched tonight as President Biden and former President Donald Trump squared off. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our News at 11. We begin tonight with that presidential debate. No surprise, the gloves were off in the first presidential debate of the 2024 campaign season hosted by CNN.
President Biden and former President Trump both trying to prove to Americans that they deserve another term in office.
The candidates are neck and neck in the polls and hoping tonight they swayed some undecided voters. NBC's Bree Jackson has the breakdown.
United States, Joe Biden.
An historic rematch 4 years in the making. President Biden and former President Trump taking the stage for the first presidential debate of 2024, hosted by CNN.
He didn't do much at all. By the time he left, things were in chaos, literally chaos.
He has not done a good job. He's done a poor job, and inflation's killing our country. It is absolutely killing us.
The two oldest candidates to ever run for president, sparring over decades-old issues, including reproductive rights.
What I did is I put 3 great Supreme Court justices on the court, and they happened to vote in favor of killing Roe v. Wade and moving it back to the states.
If I'm elected, I'm going to restore Roe v. Wade.
On concerns about immigration,
he opened the borders. Nobody's ever seen anything like, and we have to get a lot of these people out, or we have to get them out fast.
When he was president, he was separating babies from their mothers, putting them in cages, making sure the families were separated.
Each taking their stance on domestic issues and setting out clear differences on foreign policy.
Every time that Zelensky comes to this country, he walks away with $60 billion. He's the greatest salesman ever.
He has no idea what the hell he's talking about. And by the way, I got 50 other nations around the world to support Ukraine.
The president directly accusing Trump of inciting the January 6th attack.
This guy is responsible for doing what was done. He did do a damn thing, and these people should be in jail.
What you have done, how you've destroyed the lives of so many people.
Two presidential candidates with two very different visions for the future. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
The current and former president trying to throw knockout punches during tonight's debate, hoping to take home the prize of winning over voters and a second term in the White House. The next debate is scheduled for December. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, who do you think won tonight's debate?
Let's take a look at the results so far. This is the first time we're showing this poll. 48% for Joe Biden, 54% now. It's changing, 54 to 46. Donald Trump in the lead on our poll right now. But again, it's the first time that we've shown it tonight.
And we are going to check back in with this one. So go vote right now. Let us know what you thought of the debate. You can do that at CoastTV.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. New at 11, Delaware is going to be able to cash in on a portion of some federal funding. Today, the Biden administration announced a $16.7 million investment in marine technology innovation programs focused on sustainability, equity, biodiversity, and climate adaptation. 12 different projects will get a piece of that money. 2 of them involve the first state directly. The University of Delaware Mid-Atlantic Regional Association Coastal Oceanic Observing System has been recommended to get $1.75 million to establish something that's called a Marine Biodiversity Observation Network for the Mid-Atlantic coast. Another $1.75 million is being earmarked for Delaware, Florida, and Canada to expand a program called BioTrack, which is involved in shark research.
Taking a live look outside into Milford now as we check on our weather tonight. We were rewarded with another warm summer day, so let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey with a look at our weather tonight.
It certainly was a changeable Thursday for Delaware. We had the rain this morning and the clouds. Then we saw the sun this afternoon and 80s, and then a slow cool down this evening. So maybe a little bit of fog, some clouds as we go into the overnight hours. Temperatures slowly falling through the 70s, still in the mid 70s shortly after midnight. The flow will start to turn in out of the north and east, and temperatures fall through the 70s. Some places dipping into the upper 60s as we go into tomorrow morning. But I think a pleasant start to our day, but a little bit of a breeze out of the northeast, and it's a slow climb through the 70s. Here's your day part forecast. You can see some of those clouds through the overnight. We'll call it mostly clear, maybe a little bit of fog, and then falling into the upper 60s early tomorrow, and then back into the mid 70s late morning, and maybe up to 80 later today, and then a muggier weekend turning warmer with some Sunday showers and storms. I'll have all the details coming up in just a bit.
I'm Madeline Overturf, and here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. A bill just unanimously passed by the Delaware State Senate would define United States military pension and expand eligible individuals in Delaware code. Advocates say it helps more public servants get a tax exemption on their pension. A Salisbury fire has displaced one woman. The fire marshal says improperly discarded smoking materials on the deck caused the fire on Colburn Mill Road. Dorchester County Council will report program performance on 3 community development block grants. That's in about 2 weeks. The grants are meant to help revitalize neighborhoods and boost the economy. The grants went to the Chesapeake Grove Center, Academy Street Shelter, and COVID-19 funding. That's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
The 2024 legislative calendar in Delaware ends in 3 days on June 30th. A bill aiming to hold developers accountable for completing their developments is moving forward. We spoke with primary sponsor Brian Shoup today, who says he's seen firsthand how developers across the state have left communities unfinished. This amendment requires developers to increase the bond, certified check, letter of credit, or other acceptable form of security to 150% and limit security to the costs associated with applying top coat to a road. Shoup says previously developers could put only 15 to 20% of construction costs down on the bond, and taxpayers would have to foot the bill for improvements. With this bill in place, if a developer left a community before a road was finished, DelDOT would have the money from the developers to pave the roads, and it wouldn't cost taxpayers.
Well, I think that it will keep some of the bad actors out who want to just take advantage of the stunning growth that we're seeing right now, and make sure that some of the developers that want to make a quality product and are willing to put in the initial investment and make sure that the product is up to the standards of what we expect here in the first state.
Amendment 1 of House Bill 297 has been laid on the table in the Senate.
New fallout today after Rehoboth Beach was found to have violated the Freedom of Information Act when hiring city manager Taylor Tedder. The DOJ and locals expressed concern that Tedder's qualifications and salary were discussed behind closed doors. New today, the city says it believes it was in compliance with FOIA, but admits this, quote, is a failure in the city's transparency, unquote, going on to say, quote, we can and will do better, unquote. CoastTV spoke with one man who signed the petition to the DOJ and says it's nice to know the state backs the people of Rehoboth.
It actually shows that the governing mandates here are that the people are in charge. It is no longer, we're going to do what we want, we'll do it in secret, and you'll just pay the bills. I am absolutely delighted that the Attorney General took such a firm stand for the people and for the people's right to be heard.
Technically, the Court of Chancery could void anything related to Tedder's hiring, but Gaynor hopes the city makes it right before that's necessary.
Cars just like these have been broken into.
Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us what evidence the police currently have and why this spree of break-ins is surprising to the people who call Ocean Pines home.
Car break-ins are out of the ordinary in Ocean Pines, and police say at least 5 cars have been stolen from just this week, with one attempt being caught on camera. You could see here the person trying to open one of the doors before quickly walking away. Chief of Police Tim Robinson tells us multiple victims have reached out.
We started getting calls first thing yesterday morning at 8 a.m. for 3 cars that have been broken into, and we've gotten some more during the day yesterday. We got another one this morning, and they're all in the same area.
According to the Ocean Pines Police Department, the break-ins happened on St. Martin's Lane and Windjammer Road. They say all the cars were left unlocked overnight, which led to cash and personal property being taken. Robert Pellenberg is shocked to hear about the break-in news. He thinks the thief isn't a local like him.
I'm sure the increased activity in the summer is related to this break-in stuff.
While the police are still investigating the break-ins, they encourage everyone to always keep their belongings safe from harm's way.
Please make sure you lock your cars. Don't take anything for granted. Even though we do live in one of the most safe and beautiful environments in the state of Maryland, it can unfortunately happen anywhere.
The Ocean Pines police tell me that they believe only one person is involved with the car break-ins, but they are still investigating. So if you see anything, make sure to give them a call. I'm Kevin Zapay in Ocean Pines, Coast TV News.
Following Maryland Governor Wes Moore's historic pardon of more than 175,000 cannabis charges on June 17th, Moore announced the launch of the Cannabis Workforce Development Program today. The program will help create paths to sustainable jobs in the cannabis industry. Applications will be accepted on a rolling basis starting July 1st.
We have more news to get to this evening.
Still to come, pharmacy giant Walgreens is closing down stores. The CEO doesn't have a firm number, but will tell you the descriptive word he used that should worry employees and customers.
Cub Scout Day camp in Georgetown, how kids in our area are enjoying the week-long camp.
For you folks on the Chesapeake Bay, we're looking at a good-looking forecast moving into your Friday for Cambridge, waking up to around 70 degrees, then close to 80 by noon. By 5 o'clock, 81. And for Crisfield, similar conditions, 70s in the morning and then lower 80s into the afternoon with sunshine, but then getting muggy into the weekend. Maybe some showers on Sunday. We'll be right back.
Kickstart your summer with Gateway Subaru, where they have more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Get ready for adventure with a 2024 Subaru Outback or Subaru Forester with financing as low as 0.9%. Need more space? Go big with the 2024 Subaru Ascent with financing as low as 2.9%. Electrify your journey in a new 2024 Subaru Solterra with financing as low as 0%. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
It turned out to be a pretty nice Thursday after the morning clouds and rain. We saw the sunshine and temperatures did warm into the 80s, but we've got a cool down coming on Friday as our flow turns in off the ocean. Average high is 86. I'm thinking a high around 80. There might be some places that don't get out of the 70s. And then for the weekend, we're going to crank up that humidity and it gets warmer again. 87 on Saturday, 90 on Sunday. I think we're going to see some showers and thunderstorms then, but then that's short-lived because we're going to cool it down and it gets really nice Monday and Tuesday with lower 80s as we get closer and closer to the 4th of July. As far as the muggy meter goes, we're comfortable, I think, into a good chunk of Friday afternoon. Then it starts to get into the humid to very humid range and then miserable range by Sunday. Sunday is going to be a tough day, hot and humid, but then we see storms and then the humidity drops to the comfortable levels early next week. But then it looks like it starts to climb again as we get closer to the 4th of July. July. So as we go through the overnight hours, here's Futurecast, maybe a little bit of cloudiness, some fog, temperatures into the 70s, and the flow will start to pick up out of the north and east. So we could see some clouds, some fog. Otherwise, clear skies, temperatures falling through the 70s. I think we could see some upper 60s to start your Friday morning. Otherwise, a comfortable start, and it will be a beautiful day. Mostly sunny skies, winds coming in out of the east. That means a cooler flow with 70s along the coast, upper 70s inland, and maybe 80 from Seaford into Salisbury. But really, that's the only place we'll probably see 80s. Most of us staying in the 70s. A comfortable Friday evening if you're out and about for your Friday evening festivities. And then as we go into Friday night, the flow is going to start to turn in out of the southeast. We're going to increase the humidity. You'll feel it, and temperatures are slow to fall. In fact, they'll be warmer, only into the low to mid 70s Saturday morning. Some clouds later Saturday morning. We can't rule out a couple of showers, and then the humidity really cranks up Saturday afternoon with highs into the mid 80s, feeling like 90s. And then we're looking at Futurecast with 70s along the coast. So it'll be a mild and mainly dry Saturday evening. For Ocean City and Bethany Beach, we're dry the next couple of days. It gets muggy into the weekend with a chance of storms on Sunday. And then Cape Henlopen and Dewey Beach dry Friday and Saturday, but those temperatures creeping up. 91 for Cape Henlopen on your Sunday. UV index for your Friday, it's a 9, very high. Burn time 10 minutes, so be careful in the sun. Hat, sunglasses, sunscreen, maybe find some shade. And we're looking at very high numbers as we go through Friday and Saturday. It dips a little bit Sunday, and then 10s for Monday and Tuesday. So use extra caution in the sun the next several days. As we go into the weekend, I think Saturday is mainly dry, but then we move into Sunday. Sunday morning, we're increasing the clouds, and I think we could start to see some showers by the afternoon and maybe even some thunderstorms as we go into Sunday evening and Sunday night. So maybe another round of rain on the way. I know it's not the best timing, but we'll watch that, and I think that activity will start to move out as we go into your Monday morning. 66 tonight, mostly clear. 80 tomorrow, sunny skies and pleasant. Then 87 on your Saturday, warm and muggy. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 90 with storms on Sunday, lower 80s Monday and Tuesday. And by the 4th of July, it's up to 92, hot as a firecracker. Our umbrella winner is Sherry Taylor from Trapp, Maryland. Congratulations, Sherry, on your brand new umbrella. From Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Almost 150 kids in our area have spent the week having fun outside, playing things like this, gaga ball, archery, and even BB gun shooting, just a few of the activities that you can find at Cub Scout Day Camp.
It's a week-long camp during the last week of June, organized by the Sussex District Scouting America. Kids ages 6 to 12 are enjoying the camp at Sussex Academy Elementary School while making friends and learning skills.
Earlier today, we caught up with a 7-year-old scout who is in the camp for the first time and, well, tells us what he enjoys the most.
Obviously going to be gaga ball for me. It's just, I love sports, and I think that's a really fun sport. Might not be my number one, not my favorite, that's football. And also just being here with my friends, hanging out, doing all of this fun stuff is just really fun.
Organizers say they're already looking forward to next year's camp.
Still to come, money matters. Even Americans making a pretty decent wage are worried about making ends meet. Some of these numbers might shock you.
And next, Walgreens shutting doors. What we know about the plans for the pharmacy giant and how it could impact you.
Hurry in, they're going fast. Find your perfect pair at the largest Birkenstock store on the shore. Just Comfort Shoes, Coastal Highway, Rehoboth Beach, and downtown Rehoboth Beach.
Feeling the summer sizzle? Is it turning your home into a sauna? At FH Fur, we know you can't wait when your AC is down for the count. That's why we're offering same-day service, guaranteed. If we don't make it to you the very same day, you will pay a diagnostic or dispatch fee, plain and simple. So whether your AC is blowing hot air, your thermostat is on the fritz, or your entire system needs replacing, an FH Fur expert technician will bring your comfort back today.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
When it comes to protecting your home, don't take chances with just anyone. Trust the experts at Spicer Brothers. Join thousands of satisfied customers who've chosen us for our exceptional service, quality installation, and unbeatable warranties. Whether you need a roof replacement or just want to upgrade the look of your home, we've got you covered. And right now, save up to 20% on your new roof, plus enjoy no interest and no payments until 2026. For a roof that's done right, trust Spicer Brothers day and night, because you deserve the best.
Hey! Nice shoes!
Birkenstocks, still attracting attention. Find your perfect pair, Just Comfort Shoes, the Birkenstock store, Rehoboth. On the beach and beyond, nothing is more comfortable than a Birkenstock.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
Walgreens is set to close a substantial number of its roughly 8,600 locations across the U.S. This comes as the drugstore chain looks to reset its struggling business. Walgreens didn't announce a specific number of store closures, but its CEO said it's planning, quote, significant closures of underperforming stores across the U.S. CEO Tim Wentworth says the closures will focus on locations that aren't profitable, too close to each other, or stores that are struggling with shoplifting losses. Major drugstore chains have lost money in recent years because of declining profits from filling prescriptions. That's due to lower reimbursement rates for prescription drugs, as well as new competition from mail-order pharmacies. No word on if this will impact stores here on Delmarva.
Some of the nation's highest earners say they're concerned about finances. That's according to a new survey from the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia. The findings show nearly 31% of those making between $100,000 and $150,000 a year are concerned about making ends meet the next 6 months. Last year, 21% of those in that income bracket expressed concerns. And for those who make at least $150,000 a year, almost a third say they're worried about their bills. In order to deal with the financial stress, consumers said they're cutting discretionary spending, including eating out and entertainment. Coming up in sports, a Virginia Del Mar battle on the basketball court, the Maryland Supreme Summer League.
And election cycle stress. You may be feeling some of that right now after tonight's debate. How health experts say you can better cope until November.
And rough week, cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up now for free at coasttvnews.com/sign up and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread, topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce. But don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
This summer's temperatures keep getting hot, hot, hot. Luckily, Horizon Services is here to help keep you cool. Right now, get $50 off same-day AC repair. Or go ahead and upgrade that old unit and save up to $3,700 toward a new full home comfort system. Same-day service, expert technicians, and a job done right the first time. Need service today? Horizon's help is on the way.
Spring into adventure at IG Burton Chevrolet. Drive a new Silverado with up to $8,200 off MSRP. Or get finance rates as low as 1.9% with no payments for 3 months on Trailblazer, Equinox, Blazer, Colorado, and Malibu. Discover huge savings and great lease payments across our entire lineup. Details at igburton.com or stop by any IG Burton Chevrolet location today in Melford, Seaford, Lewis, or Berlin. Nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
On Coast Life, meet our adorable pet of the week and find out how you can give them a forever home. Plus, get expert mortgage tips to save big. And join us for Fitness Friday to boost your workout routine. Tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
Life is all about choices.
And on Delmarva, we know you have a lot of country music stations to choose from.
Well, at Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3, we believe we do more of what you want.
And playing stuff that we love too, like Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen?
Lainey Wilson.
Lainey Wilson.
Plus all the good stuff too, Reba, Brooks and Dunn, Garth, and all the classics in between.
So we're issuing the Coast Country Challenge.
Tune us in for a week and we're sure when you'll accept the challenge,
you'll feel Delmarva proud too.
Get the Coast TV First Alert Weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free Coast TV First Alert Weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread, topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
With this hot weather on Delmarva, a great activity is to get out on the water, and that's exactly what Trap Pond State Park is offering with new boat rental hours. Weekday hours are 9 to 6 p.m. The weekend hours are 9 to 7 p.m. Last call for checking out boats are an hour before closing. The park says due to the low water levels, only kayaks are available to rent.
We already covered tonight's debate. It was right off the top of the newscast. But no matter how you feel about tonight's performances, the political season is going to continue, and it's going to be stressful for a lot of people.
Experts say elections like this one can impact a person's mental health, especially if there are prior problems. In tonight's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has ways to help ease election stress and anxiety.
It's Trump versus Biden again, and whether you're left, right, or in the middle, all sides are subject to concern for the future.
What I see in my daily practice is people worried about finances, about their mental health, their physical health. If you already have a little bit of depression or anxiety, it can exaggerate that.
Psychiatrist Dr. Thomas Valenti says our brains don't like change, leaving us vulnerable to stress and the start of a downward spiral, which can lead to anxiety and depression.
Regardless of what political party you assign yourself to, there's a 50-50 chance that your candidate may not win. And so that starts the cycle for some people of being fear-based.
Valenti says to ease election stress by limiting exposure, take a break from all things related to the election, especially if it's creating anxiety. Next, keep up a healthy routine by eating well, exercising, and getting good quality sleep. And remember, the election will end.
I think some people just can't see that. They can't see through it. And then it just tends to build to a crescendo where it's overwhelming.
Finally, seek help either from friends, family, or a mental health professional. Talking about your worries can ease the burden.
Medication can help. So can psychotherapy, counseling, meditation, yoga, art, aromatherapy. It's not just one path or one treatment.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
But now we are going to go back to our Coast TV poll because we want to know, who do you think won tonight's debate?
Let's take a look at the updated results from earlier in this newscast, and it looks like it flipped the other way. Now it's 51% for Joe Biden, 49% for Donald Trump.
But just pretty dead even there. If you haven't voted yet, you still can. Go to CoastTV.com or use the Coast TV mobile app.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. High school basketball is heating up in the Maryland Supreme Summer League. Let's send it out to Kayla Santiago and Brian Dyke for a recap of the action.
So Arcadia comes into this contest, no wins, but they didn't play like it. They played like they wanted a little bit of everything. Really nothing to lose. They fall short to the Cats, 53-51. In the second half, they were really shooting from a high clip beyond the arc. That's what helped them being able to go back and forth, but Peterson just could not be stopped in transition.
You see him just gliding there from the left side, just suspended in the air as he banks it home. Just another all-out great performance for Mr. Peterson.
He has had a ton of those in this summer league. Pettit, though, showing what he can do, just laying that one in, making sure he gets the guaranteed 2. And then here's the guaranteed one-handed jam by Pettit as well. Second half of action, it was really back and forth. Pettit doing his thing, but in the end, it was the Cats coming out on top, 53-51, and advancing to 3-4 in the summer league. They want to keep it going, and they have another chance to on Monday.
That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Coming up, today is the day to celebrate millions of people's favorite fruit. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 11.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Life is full of little moments. Joyous laughter. Playful dancing. Bright smiles. Never miss a moment. Built for brighter days. Shell Brothers Homes.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable power plant, smart pressure sensor, and custom nozzles. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Get your complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for just $79.99 and get free shipping. Plus, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
In our coastal communities, every wave has a tale. Coast TV brings these stories home, from the smallest shell in Ocean City to the lighthouse in Lewis. What happens here matters. Every moment, every detail is a chapter in our shared story. We're your neighbors, your friends, woven into the very sands of our community. Our stories are your stories, reflecting the heart and soul of our coastal life. Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Welcome to the party. We all make this show together. You guys, this is our show. You just never know who you're gonna meet here. You can feel the energy in this room. Every single person needs to be included in these conversations. Let's do this! Let's make everyone's day a little brighter.
Drew Barrymore, weekdays at noon on Coast TV.
Show a hard-working woman in your life the appreciation they deserve with Working Woman Wednesdays.
It could be your mother, your wife, a coworker, or any woman you know. Nominate them for a chance to win a special prize pack. Go to WBOC1025.com, fill out a short form, and tell us why they are so special and deserve to be honored.
Then join me, Stinson, every Wednesday as I announce that week's winner.
Working Woman Wednesdays, only on 1025 WBOC.
No matter how you slice it, pineapple is a favorite fruit for millions of people around the world. And today is the day we celebrate not just National, but International Pineapple Day. While many people may associate the tropical fruit with Hawaii, pineapple is actually native to South America, if you didn't know.
I did not know that. Interesting tidbit. A great family fun event is taking place this Saturday at the Millsboro Little League Fields. Its Stars and Stripes will offer fireworks, food trucks, even some live music to take in. This is taking place from 6 to 9 p.m. The rain date for the event would be Sunday. Keep up with our meteorologist to stay to date on that weather.
Looking at quiet conditions through the overnight hours, could see a few clouds and temperatures falling from the 70s into the 60s. Winds start to turn in from the north and east and mid 70s by about 10 a.m. And temperatures don't climb much tomorrow. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, maybe 80 degrees, but many of us in the 70s much of the day. It gets muggy into the weekend. 87 Saturday, storms on Sunday and 90, and then cooler lower 80s Monday and Tuesday, staying dry. And leading up to the 4th of July, 87 Wednesday and the 4th of July, 92. Hopefully dry there because it might get wet Friday into the rest of the holiday weekend and get pretty hot as well. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone, 443-880-9100. Your forecast is a call away. Sponsored by Bearman Dallas, Brockstead, and Federico.
You know, if you haven't used it, the weather phone, really handy. Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news, for more of our local weather, you can also download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.